Welcome to AmeenAcademy.com. In History of Muslim World, let us discuss about the Buyid Dynasty, 932 to 1055 AD. Abu Shuja Buwayh, a chieftain of Daylam, was a fortune hunter like many of the soldiers of his time. His three sons, Ali, Ahmad, and Ḥasan, were equally adventurous like him and conquered the provinces of Fars and Khuzestan. In 945 AD, they entered Baghdad and assumed the supreme command, receiving from the Caliph Mustaq the honorary title of the Imaduddawla, Muizzuddawla, and Ruknuddawla. The most eminent among the Buwayhids was the Aduddawla, who possessed an extensive empire and held sway over many kings and kingdoms. The Academy says Reynold A. Nicholson, which the Buwayhids founded at Baghdad and generously endowed, was a favorite haunt of literary men, and its members seemed to have enjoyed pretty much the privileges as belonged of the fellows of Oxford or Cambridge College. Three dynasties were contemporary with the Buwayhids, with the Ghaznavids in Afghanistan, the Hamdanids in Syria, and the Fatimids in Egypt. The Ghaznavids were in the power from 976 to 1186 AD, and the Hammanids from 929 to 1003 AD. The Ghaznavids dynasty was founded by Sabuktajin, a Turkish slave, and the Hamdanid dynasty by Abdullah bin Hamdan, governor of Mosul. Mahmud, the most famous of the Ghaznavids, extended his empire from Lahore to Samarkand. The Hamdanids, who at one time brought the whole of northern Syria under subjection, were later on crushed between the Byzantine in the north and the Fatimids in the south. Now we'll discuss further about Buyid dynasty. The Buyid dynasty from 945 to 1055, Islamic dynasty of pronounced Iranian and Shi'i character that provided native rule in western Iran and Iraq in the period between the Abbasid and Seljuq eras. Of Daylamite, northern Iranian origin, the line was founded by the three sons of Buwayh, Ali, Ḥasan, and Aḥmad. Ali, appointed governor of Karaj about 930 by the Daylamite leader Mardawiz ibn Ziyar, seized Isfahan and Fars, while Ḥasan and Aḥmad took Jibal Khuzestan and Kerman 935 to 936. In December 945, Ahmad occupied the Abbasid capital of Baghdad as Amir al-Umara, commander-in-chief, and reducing the Sunni caliphs to puppet status. Established Buyid rule January 946. Thereafter, the brothers were known by their honorific title of Imad al-Dawla, Rukn al-Dawla, and Muizz al-Dawla. The dynasty power, subsequently fragmented among the family members and provinces, was consolidated briefly during the reign of Abdul al-Dawla, who established himself as sole ruler, adding Oman, Tabaristan, and Georgia to the original domains. The Buyid state was then at its peak. It engaged in public works, building hospitals and Bandi Amir Dam across the Kur River near Shiraz. It had relations with the Samarids, Hamdanids, Byzantines, and Fatimids, and it patronized artists, notably the poets Mutanabbi, Al-Mutanabbi and Ferdowsi. The Shi'ite nature of the state was manifest in the inauguration of popular and passionate observance of Shi'ite festival and the encouragement of pilgrimage to holy places of Najaf and Karbala in Iraq. The major cultural centers of the Buyid were the cities of Rai and Nain in Iran and Baghdad in Iraq. The Persian character of Buyid art was deep enough to flavor the art of that part of the world through the reign of the Seljuks until the Mongol invasion of the 13th century. Buyurs were quite fond of metalwork, particularly fine silver work. They often employed Sasanian, pre-Islamic Persian techniques and motifs. A typical decoration consists of the seated figure surrounded with the wild animals, birds, and musicians, all depicted in the highly stylized Sasanian tradition. Buyut pottery, usually called Gabriwar, is a red-bodied earthenware covered with a white slip, liquefied clay washed over the body before firing. Designs were executed by scratching through the slip of reveal the red body beneath. After the death of Abdul al-Dawla, a slackening economy dissensions in the army. In general, Buyid dynasty hastened the dynasty's decline. In 1055, the last Buyid ruler Abu Nasr al-Malik al-Rahim was deposed by the Seljuk Togril Beg. Now further some discussion about Buyid dynasty and that Muti, that is 946 to 974. Hamdan, the king of Mosul, made an attempt to occupy Baghdad during the reign of Muti, but the attempt proved unsuccessful. Hamdan died in 969 AD and his dynasty also came to an end within the brief space of 30 years from his death. Towards the end of Muti's reign, a treaty of peace was concluded with the Karmathians to the effect that they should retire from the Syria in exchange for the payment of 70,000 dinars. The kingdom of Ghazni was founded in 961 AD during the reign of Muti. Muti always looked with deep respect and reverence upon the descendants of ʿAlī. During his reign, it was customary to express grief and lamentation on the anniversary of Imam Hussein's death and to call down. Meanwhile, the descendant of the Fatimids and named Muizzuddin had risen into power of authority and one of his generals named Jawhar had succeeded in conquering Egypt. Arabia also began to acknowledge the supremacy of the Fatimids and in 973 AD, Muti was dethroned as a result of intrigue on the part of Karamathians. Now we will discuss continuation about Fatimid dynasty in next videos. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.